Hi, this is Jerry with another Jerry's Call Commentary, and I want to talk to you about something that's going to piss you off because I'm mad. I'm going to make it real short and sweet. Listen, when people cry racism, when it's not warranted, all I hear is like the boy who cried wolf. Wolf, wolf, wolf. I've heard racism so much in the last few weeks, last few months, last few years, that I am sick and tired of the cry racism. Now, I'm a Puerto Rican in Virginia, right? I had to come up, I married a white girl, right? I had to come up and bust my butt to overcome the problems that were before me. I started out wrong, made some mistakes, and did some stupid stuff when I was young, but no white man kept me down. Nobody kept me down. My poor choices made it harder for me. But the more we cry, oh, it's his fault, it's the white man, it's him, and he's doing that, something's wrong. Something's wrong with your thinking. See, let me explain. This young fella that came in from Africa with Ebola. Oh, he died because he's black, somebody said. He was black. Why the black man got to die? Well, I don't know. Maybe because he was sicker than a white man. Maybe because he came into the hospital after it had developed for days. Maybe he was 25 days into it before he ever got any help. Maybe that has something to do with it, dumbass. But no, you want to blame the white man. Well, how about this? How about Jesse Jackson say, we're going to sue the hospital? Even though, wait, hold on. Turns out that two of the people treating that ignorant, dumb son of a... that came in this country with that disease, purposely putting not only the people on the plane in jeopardy, the families of those people, the schoolmates of the people who were the families on the plane, the workmates of the people who were on the plane. How many thousands of people did this dumbass put at risk simply because he wanted to come to America? Gee, I need to save my own ass, so I'm going to America, and I'm going to put the whole country at risk. And now, those filthy people who say, well, it was a black man, and that's why he died. Well, explain to me, why is it that two of the people caring for him, two of the people who were giving him help, are now fighting for their lives with Ebola? Huh? Oh, that means nothing? The fact that two people put their lives on the line for this man? When he was willing to risk everyone else's life around him so he can get what he wants, these people went into the battle, went into the fight, went into the hospital to help this man, and they caught this disease that could kill them, and yet they're somehow racist? Go up. Sick and tired of the claim racist. My name is Jerry, and I'm a Puerto Rican from the South Bronx, and I'm tired. Every day I hear it. Oh, racism. Oh, the guy in Missouri, the cops shouldn't have shot him. You know, you may be right about the first guy. The first guy was a thug. I'm sorry, thug, which means he was a thug. Now, how would I know it's a thug? Because we got videotape of him. I remember the camera in the grocery store that shows him grabbing the owner and shoving him aside and stealing from him. That's what thugs do. Okay? It got nothing to do with his race. He could have been Italian, black, Japanese. He could have been Czechoslovakian. He could have been... Who knows? But we know he acted like a thug. And he went outside and he got shot. Now, whether or not he deserved to get shot, I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. Right? Whatever happened in that one case, well, that's got to be decided by the people there. That's got to be decided by the superiors and the judges and the people in that area. But you try to link up that case, which may be racist, with the other one that just happened when the guy was out on bail for a crime he was charged with for committing a crime with a weapon, right? He ran from the police, and then he shot at the police. And the police shot his ass down. How is that racist? Oh, they shouldn't shoot him because he's a young black man. What? So now we shouldn't shoot at somebody because of the color of their skin, even though they're shooting back at you? I mean, how in the world could you possibly have that kind of logic? How could you say that a man who's told by the police on multiple occasions, get out of the car, 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 who says, I refuse, and rolls up the window, and then the police break the window and drag him out, how can you say they were wrong? They shouldn't have done anything. They shouldn't have. They asked him 50 times. He cursed at him, told him, no, 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 refuse. Roll up the window. What are they supposed to do? Oh, gee, my fault. Didn't realize you were there. My fault. Don't want to be accused of racism. And the more you cry this racist bullshit, make Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton look like heroes. Those filthy pigs. All they're worried about is division. All they want to do is divide. They want to divide you, me, the white guy, the Italian guy, the French guy. They want to make us all little segments of society that all little pieces of a puzzle. Rather than saying we are one nation under God. We're one people given our rights by a creator, not by a man. Right? And we are responsible for those rights. We are responsible for our choices. We should be accountable for those things. But no. We want to blame the white man. We want to go back to the Civil War. Civil War ended in 1865. 1865. And you're still bitching about it. Yeah, it was a horrible time. And slavery was an injustice that was ungodly. But you throw away all the men that sacrificed their life to undo that. You throw away Robert Gould Shaw. You throw away John Brown. You throw away 300,000 Northern Americans who died in that war. You throw away William Wilberforce. You throw away so many people who fought to undo that injustice. You throw away all the advantages and all the amazing accomplishments of young black men and women around this nation who rose up above that. Because you think that you are the same? No, they rose, they climbed, they worked hard, they busted their ass for the American dream, and they proved that they were equal to every man. And all you do is cry racism and racism and racism, and what you're doing is saying, well, we're not equal. You're the one saying that shit. You're the one saying you're not equal. Why? Because you're the one saying that somehow you shouldn't be held to the same standard. Somehow, you shouldn't be held to the same accountability. Somehow, you shouldn't have to obey the law the way the other guys do. Why? Why? Well, tell me why. Are you saying that your race, that the Puerto Ricans and the blacks in America can't obey the law? Do we have some sort of mental deficiency? Am I walking around and going, I don't know what I'm doing? No. That's insane. I beg you guys, man, please, look at what you're doing. Every time you cry racism, you make the word racism a joke. You make it so that people don't take it when it's real, when there's serious racism out there. No one's listening. Because you done cried wolf so many times over every dumb thing. You don't blame everybody. Oh, yeah, I'm a racist. Go ahead, call me racist. I'm a racist. Oh, you racist, Uncle Tom. Call me all the names you want. But debate my point. Reason out my point. Tell me why I'm wrong. Explain to me why a man should not have to get out of his car when a policeman tells him to. Explain to me what a policeman should do when another man refuses his commands. Flat out refuses. I'm not doing it. I'm not under arrest. Really? What's the cop supposed to do? Gee, Willikers, my fault, man. I'm sorry. You can go. See, you know, I think the genocide going on in the African American community is one of the horrendous things about this nation. And that's not a black problem, that's an American problem. When you have 260,000 Americans, black Americans, killed since 1976, murdered since 1976, 80,000 black Americans murdered since 1976. That's a tragedy. That's an American tragedy. That's not a black-white tragedy. That's an American tragedy. And you can keep trying to divide us up in different colors. I don't buy that shit. I'm American. I was born here like my father. I ain't Puerto Rican. I ain't black. I ain't white. I ain't tan. I ain't other. I'm American. But you know the tragic number, the tragic thing, the horrible thing? I said in another post. Out of 280,000 black men murdered in America, 265,000 of them were killed by other black men and women. 14 million African American babies have been aborted in America. You want to blame the white man for that? How about blaming us Puerto Ricans? Why don't we blame the church? Why don't we blame the gay people? Why don't we blame the damn astronauts? Why don't we blame the freaking Sasquatches? Why don't we blame, Bigfoot? Why don't we blame somebody? Because it means nothing when you blame someone else besides yourself. Look, we all got to live in this country. You don't like what I got to say, that's fine. You have a right to disagree, and I have a right to disagree with you. And right now, some of you are quelling up, saying, how could he say such things? Of course, our house is on fire. Our nation is on fire. We have slaughter in the streets in Chicago on a nightly basis. We have Ebola coming into this nation. We have ISIS and other Islamic people, Islamic terrorists, who are trying to kill our way of life. We have rampant unemployment. We have horrible moral ethics in our country. 70% of African American families are raised in single-parent households. 50% of Americans are raised in single-parent households. These are real problems, man. And as long as you let guys like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson freaking divide us, these problems ain't going to go away. So I'm going to say real clear. I care about my family. I care about my wife, my children, my grandchildren, my cousins, my nieces, my nephews. I care about them. I care about you. I care about your children. You see, I care about this nation. And I believe in you. I believe in the black man and the white man and the Hispanic man and the Indian man. See, I believe in the American. And you can keep dividing us all you want by saying racist all you want. But I believe in you. And until you understand that you are equal and that no man can keep you down and that the laws are good for all, well, keep bitching and moaning. As for me and my house, well, you can figure out what we'll do. Well, I'm expecting some hate mail, and I'm expecting some people to comment, and I'm expecting, somebody to blow up my house, maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't put this stuff on if I didn't believe it, if I wouldn't stand by it. And frankly, I wouldn't say this stuff if I wasn't willing to die for it. That sounds dramatic, but who knows? God bless you. And maybe you should read the story, Uncle Tom's Cabin. Maybe you should read the fairy tale about the boy who cried wolf. I think we can all learn something from those. Have a good day. Oh, is that the police behind me? That policeman behind me. Well, I ain't gonna let him get me. No siree, he's a cop. I'm not getting out. See how stupid that sounds? All right, bye.